Hello friends, welcome to Kiss Up Cards, Keep It Simple Stamping Up. I'm Marianne and I'm coming to you from Ontario, Canada, and I'm a Stampin' Up consultant with Stamping Up, and I'm here to bring you cards to make. So today I'm continuing with blending, with the blending brushes, working with blending brushes. And so this is what I did. I used 3 blending brushes. I still have to wash them. And so those are the 3 colors I used: a ocean and a coral and a mustard. And so I'm going to show you how I made the cards. So let's get crafting. Blending 2 colors, exciting. So last video we did blending of 1 color. And so we just did the blue with the moon behind it. Today I'm going to do 2 colors, blending 2 colors, and show you how to do that. And I'm going to be using a coral color and an ocean color. Now you'll see that this blending brush has still a lot of dark blue on it. That's okay, it's all dried up. It's not going to impact my color. I'm going to do both cards the same color, and then I'm going to show you using 2 different stamps how to decorate them. So the first thing we're going to do is use the light color. I'm going to rub my blending brush. Now this is our little stamp pots that you can get, so you can get more colors at a time. You can get a whole case of these of 12 compared to 3 of the larger stamping cases. So it's a great way to start. So on this coral, I'm going to put it on the top so it'll be like the sunset. And I'm just going to lightly, oh my gosh. Okay, magic of cards, turn it over. And I'll put the coral on this side, and I've got coral on my fingers. So here, the magic of hand sanitizer, which I have right here. That's what happens. I get all inked up. Let me get that off. Okay. Careful not to get it on my fingers. As I was rubbing that in, I was getting it on my thumb, not even realizing it. So I just flip that around. There's a little bit of coral at the top here, so I'm going to make sure that the coral stays at the top. Check my hands. So I always want to start the circle on the paper and then go on to my card. Now this card size is 5 by 3/4. And you can do the whole card base, or you can just do a small part of it. And it's better to do less than more. And I'm going only about halfway down, because I need room to add the blue. And you don't want a straight line, but you always want to do little bits at a time and not a whole bunch, because it's easier to add than to take away. So we have coral on the top of this one. Check my fingers, and then I'm going to add coral to this next one. Now you could put a little half circle there to indicate that the sun is going down. Let's just do that with this. I'm just going to put that in about halfway down, and I'll just do around here. Okay. All right. So there are the 2 I went ahead and finished with the half circle here. And I'm thinking that this needs, yes, it was looking like the sunset, but it looks like it needs a little bit of yellow. So I got some mustard yellow out. And let's see how this works. And I just want to put some around here. Oh, that adds a nice, and I think I may just do the center of the sun as well. Oh, that looks so pretty. Look at that. It's looking like a sunset, the colors of the sunset. This one, I think I will add some more yellow as well. And I just had a third brush. So if you're going to do if these come in packages of 3, and I have never done more than 3 colors, but if you're going to do more than 3 colors, you are going to need more brushes. Or when you wash your brushes, you need to wait until they're absolutely dry before you can use them again. Otherwise, they're too wet. It retains too much moisture to be able to continue to do some blending on your cards. All right, so we have those done, and we'll take those away to get washed. Put these ink pads away, and my ink spot comes out of the Rich Regals. You can buy them in kits like this, so you do get 12. So out of my Waves of Inspiration, I'm going to use that on this card. And then the Evergreen, now that's an old stamp set from Stampin' Up, but I'm still using it. I love this pelican sitting on the pier and the waves. So we're going to use the waves and the pelican and the birds and some of the sentiments. And then on the second card, I'm going to do Peaceful Evergreen. And used it last video on blending with one color. And then we did some snow out of some ripped paper. And then this time we're going to use it on where we've got 3 colors. I said I was only going to use 2 colors tonight, but that sunset needed some yellow in it. So I'm going to add some waves, and I don't need the whole waves. There you can see it. That is great. Wondering how to add that. Okay, so we got some wavy water there. Clean my stamp pad off. And now with some early espresso. And I've ordered an ink refill, so once I get it, it's being shipped right now. So once I get it, I will be able to show you how to refill your ink pads. So with this, I'm just going to stamp right there, and there you go. You can see the pelican. All right, so I finished this one. I added some birds and the happy birthday. Now I did a mark there. You know what I need to do? Let's just put 2 birds are flying there. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm thinking, what am I going to do with that little mark? And birds can be flying close. Now I just got to remember not to now so I put another mark. Oh my gosh. So I've got 3 birds there flying around, another little funky mark. I'm not sure what I'll do there. I may do something. All right, so so let's go to, I'm going to do the trees, and I'm doing Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to put these trees in the background, and I'm going to just stamp off a bit so that the trees are there. And I'm just going to make a line of trees, and I can overlap them a bit like that. There we go. So that will act as the horizon. And then I'll take one of these trees in the Ponderosa Pine because I want it more in the foreground. Oh, that looks really, really good. I'm not sure whether to leave it or add some more trees. There we go. Okay, so I added more trees. Now let's get them on card bases. All right, I have finished these off. I have stamped 3 birds up there, but my lines are still showing. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do up there. I'm really not sure. Anyway, I'm still thinking about that. And then I made this one with the trees and the sunset, and it looks gorgeous. Now I will mat them and put them on a card base. All right, so I'll show you what I did. I've attached these to the color Lost Lagoon, which is a beautiful color. And look what I did. I created like a little frame for my card. So I did cover up the boo-boo there. And there we go. So now I'm going to put these both on brown. So I'm just, what do I have there? Okay. So I'm just going to glue them down. Have the cards glued down. Here's the first card I made with the sunset and the trees in the background, trees in the foreground. Just added a hello. So I've put it on a base of Lost Lagoon and then attached it to a brown. Can't tell you which brown it is. I'm not good with my colors. And then this one, remember I had the bird that was the 3 birds and I kept mucking it up. So it's all about a cover up. So I covered it up, and there's my second card that I've glued down. So we had the ocean blue, and I stamped some waves, made a sunset, had the sun there, colored it in with the mustard yellow. And so those are the 2 cards that I made showing you today with blending brushes. Now this one here, and last video I showed you how to blend with 1 color. And if you're going to use more that, like these the blending brushes come in packages of 3. So if you're going to blend more than 3 colors, then you either need to wash them out and wait for them to fully dry, or get another set of blending brushes if you're going to do a lot of blending. And this is one I made with an older stamp set, and I used 3 colors, 2 different colors of blue, and then I put some of the blue down here to mimic some water, and then the Early Espresso I used, and then I stamped everything in Early Espresso. So it makes beautiful cards when you blend. You can watch last week's video for the cards that I blended there. And it's just another fun way to make cards. Now, if I was doing this, I would cut out my white base. I would cut out a number of them. And so then I would just work as an assembly line. And then I would make a number of cards that either looked like this with this stamp and then this with this stamp. You could stamp it with anything, but at least you could, you know, work so that you're making multiple cards, or do one at a time. I mean, I do it both ways. I do it either one at a time if I'm making, a specific card, or using a new pattern and I want to learn how to do that, I'll make one card before I start doing multiples. But multiples is great because then you always have a stash of cards ready to go, which I think I've shown you this before. This is my basket of cards this was my Christmas card side, so I still have a few Christmas cards, but we used most of them. And then this side is my other sentiment of cards. So I've got them all packaged up here, ready to go. We just look through, pick out what we want, and away we go. Because quite often, sometimes it could be a last minute invite. It could be a last minute thought, oh, I want to give a card, or you're in a rush. It does take time to make cards, and you need to want to have that time. You don't want to be rushed to do it because that's when you're going to make all kinds of mistakes. So, and that's what we do, is we make cards so that we can send kindness out one card at a time. Thank you for watching.